Okay. So let's go ahead and mosey on over to our save game. Now, last time, we found out that the mayor here got killed by some lady with a sword, and the lady gave us the sword and tried to frame us for murdering the mayor. That didn't quite work out though. So, and I believe the mayor had a task for us, but I seem to have forgotten it. So let's go ask him. See what. Oh, okay, so. Okay, that's right. So, the murderous lady, went back to Lytton, that place with all the people who worship Maria and stuff. So, we're gonna take a ship back to Lytton, because it's the quicker way to do it. Also, we're gonna try not to get killed by fishmen, because that's a thing that can attack us now. So, this is actually going to be the ship that we use, like, for sailing the oceans later on. But right now, like, all the oceans are gated off by dams. So, that's just I guess, a taste of the power we'll have later on in the game. Of the unfettered explorational power. I also just remember that there are jobs in that last town that I forgot to have my party members do. But we'll handle that later. Michenu, that's right, the lady with the sword. Oh no, she converted people to Idaeans. Now they're different. How different, though? That's pretty different. What happened to all the churchgoers, though? They used to be such a pious bunch. This doesn't look good. But enough of that. It doesn't look like Michenu's here, but again, it is nighttime, so not many people are going to be awake. I'm sure even though we're not Idaeans, they're gonna let us take a rest. Let me talk to you. So murdery now. Oh boy. Now there was a... there was a lady over here that we could recruit. She said she didn't want to leave, but... she still won't leave. Huh? No jobs available, though. Now, if you'll remember, last time we were here, they were selling these bottles of Maria, and now they have these bottles of Idea. These actually, if you use these, they actually increase the encounter rate, so it's generally advised not to buy them. The bottles of Maria, they actually decrease the encounter rates. So yeah, just a little example of storyline affecting gameplay. So yeah, everyone's like murderous assholes. Thanks a lot, Michenu. Okay, I don't think we can do much here. Yeah, everyone's kind of an asshole now. Might want to report to the king about this. Or I could go back to that one town because I think I forgot a few things over there. That's what we're gonna do. Plus I'm thinking we could probably use some better equipment anyway. These fishmen shouldn't take this long to kill. Yeah, Mitty's still behind as far as experience levels go, but she's slowly catching up. Slowly but surely. She's also holding her own pretty well. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Just had to wait for the sun to go up completely, because I didn't want to go into town with it being dark and having all the shops closed and stuff. I feel like I've talked to you before. Yeah, nothing special. Though I do wonder if the mayor has something else to say. Ooh. That's not good. Wonder who could have stolen the Star Sapphire. El Gaia. Now, if I remember correctly, Gaia is actually a non-elemental. It's a really powerful non-elemental spell you get later on. I'm guessing El Gaia is like, well, pretty much since Gaia is the most powerful spell you can buy, I think you buy it. El Gaia is probably a storyline spell. No one to recruit. Izaruro, that's what this town's called. And I don't think I have anyone. Oh, wait. That's right, I called Nandy over here specifically for this job. Or no, it was Balin I called over here. We'll have him take care of that. Then in the meantime, let's see if we've got some better equipment to buy. Or, you know what? I don't think they have an equipment store here. That is unfortunate. However, this is the only town that sells elixirs, which are hella expensive. And Pegasus wings. This isn't the only town that sells Pegasus wings, but they're going to be quite useful, as we're going to see in a second. I'm going to go ahead and pick up 3 of these. Now, as I explained, I think, last stream, elixirs are pretty much they're like souped-up phoenix downs of this game. They revive your characters from death, and they completely recover their HP. But they can't be used in battles, I believe. Let's go ahead and pack up on some dual herbs as well. I've kind of forgotten what our item sack looks like, but it wouldn't hurt to overstock on curative items. Later. So, let's head on back. Oops, didn't mean to press that. Now, we could walk our way all the way over to Ruval, or we could use some Pegasus wings and make the trip so much easier. And everything is still a mess. I wonder if we did assign one of our party members to help out with cleaning up the town, though. Let's see if they're done. They're not. I think we need to talk to the king. It's been a while since I've played this section, so I'm actually kind of wondering where this Star Sapphire is. Okay, we already knew that. That's not useful. Okay. It doesn't seem... Doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to discover too much about the Star Sapphire here. Which is a less... Well, I'm sure we'll meet up with him later. There's nothing here we need, I don't think. So let's go ahead and walk our way back to Izaruro. Because by the time we get back, our companion should be done guarding that, doing that job we assigned him to, and maybe that might, like, give us some more insight as to what exactly we need to do as far as the Star Sapphire goes. Sounds like someone stole it, obviously. Might have been Michenu, given that it's an artifact related to Idea. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Actually, I think there might be some equipment or some magic over in Lytton that we could probably make use of. I want to say we've looked through their stuff during the last stream, but we might not have had enough money to buy it up. We have plenty more money now, though. So let's see, what do we got? What we got here? All heal. Ooh. Mind stone. Wait. Let's see what we have so far. Let's see what we need. Okay, so he's going to need all heal. And paralyze cure, but I don't think we're going to have enough money to buy both. So let me just take that for now. Now there was a magic there called Field. If I remember my Chaos World game facts correctly, Field is actually a stronger version of Heal. Not sure why it's still called Field, though. I am doing this completely wrong. You gotta equip magics. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that equipped. And I don't know, it doesn't look like we can do much of anything right now here. So, we've probably missed something in Izaruro. That's what I'm thinking. Steel roaches. Maybe I should have just teleported over to Izaruro. Forgot there's a cave between the two places. I don't really feel like going to the cave again. So let's go ahead and take the easy way out. Now it looks like they've opened up the northern river, so maybe that's where we need to go, but I mean, there wasn't really any indication of that. why am I talking to this guy? I wanted to go to the guild. Still nothing. Okay. And it was a monster that stole the sapphire? Huh. Cave up north. Let's save first. Alright, and now we're gonna go spelunking for some... Oh wait, we have to go through the northern exit to get to the ship. Oh shit, I know this cave. I think. Bone ghosts. Okay, maybe this isn't the cave I thought it'd be. Also, I certainly hope none of these enemies paralyze, because I don't have any magic to... Yep! This is the cave with the invisible pits. Oh, fun. Luckily, it's not too difficult to get around these invisible pits. It's just... Well, they're not really... They're not really telegraphed very well. Or really at all. So... Jetstorm, you don't need to put invisible pits in your RPG. Well, I mean, if you're going to at least do so in a way that's a little more clever than how Chaos World does it. They're just an annoyance here. And they're really just here to kind of... Well, you say you're done with the dungeons, but... I mean... There's always... No, I'll take your word for it. You're done with the dungeons. It's not like you're going to add anything last minute to the dungeons. Out of spite. That doesn't seem like you. Rotating bridge puzzles. I'm cool with rotating bridge puzzles. Yeah, the invisible pits, they're more of a hassle when you're trying to get all the treasures here. I know this treasure, like, north of me, I I don't really know how to get it. Future product developments. Oh, joy. Um, like, I've never been able to get all the treasures in this dungeon because I don't know where all the invisible pits are. And there doesn't seem to be, like, an easy way to uncover it. But, you know, let's just go ahead and progress through the dungeon. Because if I don't remember correctly, there's actually a boss here that's guarding the Star Sapphire that's been stolen. There's nothing we need to do there. And it's really just that first floor that has the invisible pits. I think the rest of this dungeon is pretty straightforward. Try herb. Feeling stressed out about life? Try herb. It's a weed joke. Okay, and now we have the boss of this pretty short dungeon. Let's go ahead and make it an all-out pyramid? Sure, why not? Ooh, this guy hits hard, though. I don't know if we're gonna be ready for him. Oh, no, he's dead. Too bad we didn't get to hear too much more of the hot jams. And we got the Star Sapphire! Woo! I want to maybe get one more treasure chest out of the first floor. Playlist of NES music. Kind of interested what might be on that playlist. Okay, let's see. Genesis, SNES, and PC Engine. A few years ago, I used to... Well, if you're gonna make a playlist for NES music, are you also going to include games that use, like, special sound chips for their music, though? Because, I mean... So, like, Megami Tensei 2, I think, has the best music of like any Famicom game, but that game sounds like a PC Engine title because of the Namco custom chip in it. And like, kind of the same thing with Lagrange Point. Like, that's an NES title. Well, it's a Famicom title, but it uses this pretty much the same sound, like FM synthesizer that's found in like Japanese Master Systems. So it sounds more like a Japanese Master System game. Though actually, it also uses the same like FM synthesizer used in like the FM add-on for the MSX computer. So, like, if anything, Lagrange Point sounds a whole lot like later Konami MSX games like Snatcher and SD Snatcher. But I mean, those are also technically NES soundtracks. Let's see, what other... I'm fond of Fire Emblem Gaidens music for the Famicom. Damn it. Like, really, any late Famicom Nintendo published title, like, those have really good music. Oh, so you also put Sega CD and PC Engine CD in that. Yeah, I see.
But is it dry?
If I had to toss out a suggestion, the two Destiny of an Emperor games by Capcom. Oh yeah, totally. You can't really make a PC Engine playlist without the Ys soundtracks. Well, I'm guessing you're specifically... Ah, that's right, because all three systems did, in some capacity, get Gym Power. Although the Genesis Mega Drive port was unfortunately cancelled. You know what also got I fell down that hole already. Why was that? You know what also got ported to the Genesis, Super Nintendo, and PC Engine? The first Legend of Heroes game. Dragon Slayer, the Legend of Heroes, that was ported to the Genesis, Super Nintendo, and PC Engine. The PC Engine soundtrack by Ryo Yonemitsu, the guy who did the arrangements for the Ys port, it's really good. But I still think I prefer the Genesis versions, honestly. I've played a little bit of the Super Nintendo port of Legend of Heroes just kind of for kicks. And yeah, it kind of is the worst port, but I mean, it's playable. I'll probably get into the English PC Engine port sometime, though. Yeah, the Genesis actually got Legend of Heroes 1 and 2, kind of as, like, during the Genesis's later years, kind of as a way to push RPGs on the system. It was kind of in the same marketing push that Crusader of Senti and Surging Aura were a part of. The Mega RPG project, I think it was called. I really like the music in Legend of Heroes. I've just not really played it all that much. The, like, chapter-based system kind of interests me, though. Probably have to go through the outer walls. Oh, but it looks like I'm running out of MP. We might need to get the hell out of here. Surging Aura is... I've never actually seen the game in motion, but it's one of those... It's like one of the Mega Drive's very last games, and I believe it has character designs by, what's their name? Person who does the character designs for like 90% of the Tales games. So it looks like a fucking Tales game. But no, it's like this... It looks really cool by the screenshots I've seen, but like it doesn't have an English translation yet, and there's just not a lot of information on it in English, but it looks really promising, and like really good looking for a Genesis game, but again, it's like a really late era Mega Drive exclusive. I think Mitsumi Inamata... what was I gonna do? Oh. Gonna go ahead and take the shortcut. Oh, there's not a... I don't think there is a church here, so I can't heal any poison. Oh, man. So it looks like we're gonna have to go all the way to Ryuita, the third, big kingdom in the game. But first, let's go ahead and get something for the poison. Maybe some more Pegasus wings, why not? We're also going to need to make another stop to Lytton and maybe get some magic. Because we're not too far off from enemies that can hit us with paralyzed spells, and that's not going to be fun at all. Oy. Anyway, let's see if, what's-his-face is done with that one project we set him on. Ruval, okay. So, we're gonna need to go back over there for that other guy who's done with that one rebuilding the city thing. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. I already know. So we gotta... We got a priestess character who joined us because she's interested in Idea. Because the rest of the town's converted to Idea. Okay. I'll take it. At this point, I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't just... I should just make more use of the Pegasus wings. But then again, I miss out on all this quite valuable experience points and gold. And also, I completely forgot to get magic from Lytton. It's fine, though. Oh, this town's looking a lot nicer now. Less cracks in the grass. No, I don't need items. Huh. Well, they used to. That's nice. lies. That's... okay. Okay, so now they're done with that job. Well, that's too bad, because I'm gonna go ahead and go on without them. That... I guess it is nice weather. Really wouldn't know. Let's see what the king has to say about all this. I did grab a Super NT at one point, yes. What question do you have about it? I'm guessing it's about it. So, I like it. I like the Super NT. It provides an easy way to, it provides an easy way for me to, like, use my flash cart on TVs that aren't, like, old CRTs. Like... I can't really, like, suggest the Super NT as something vital to, like, a retro gaming setup. I find it handy to have a console that I can kind of pull out for company, or, like, so I don't have to... So I can play my Super Nintendo games and my Super Nintendo flash cart on something that isn't like an old dusty CRT, like I've said before. A Super NT is just better to, like, it's convenient, I guess. Yeah. It beats the heck out of, like, having to buy an upscaler and having to mess with wires and stuff. And I mean, I suppose like, hacking a Super Nintendo Mini would be a much more affordable, or just using the Super Nintendo Mini, because that has pretty decent games on there already. Just using that would be a much more affordable option, but I mean, you can use the Super Game Boy with oh, I guess I can't go through here yet. Weird. I was pretty sure that's the way to Ryuita. I might be wrong though. Maybe I have to talk to my king, the one in Rhodetia. Yeah, I mean, you can use the Super Game Boy on, like, a modern screen. That's pretty awesome in itself, I think. I mean... I'd really only recommend the Super NT for people who are just, like, super into their Super Nintendo collections and playing things on actual hardware. I mean, you could just as easily get yourself a like a RetroPie setup too, but I mean, you're having to deal with input lag and stuff. I don't know. If you're really into like actual hardware, kind of like I am, um, then yeah, the Super NT is it's worth it. And plus, there's like an unofficial update to the hardware, to the firmware that lets you load um, non-special chip ROMs off of an SD card. You know, I have a Raspberry Pi. I just don't really have one set up with like RetroPie or anything. I just have like a lot of old discarded computers from my dad's old work, and I figure those things are. I usually use those for like if I want to set up a like a desktop, like a living room media center computer. You know, they're also making that, I forget what they're calling it, but it's pretty much the Genesis equivalent of the Super NT, and I'm really looking forward to... Oh, the 8-bit-do controllers are really cool. I don't have any of those, but... Yeah, like, I'm pretty excited to maybe get one of those, because there's not really a lot of really good options for like Genesis owners to, well, like, so like there's like that. Okay, looks like Michenu was here. Yeah, like, I mean, you've got the crappy @games, HDMI-enabled Genesis consoles. I think there's one. I think there's more than one. And maybe it's not just @games making them, but, like, modern implementations of, like, Genesis games, like, really good ones, there's not a lot of them. Of course, like, I'm also kind of curious as to how well the audio emulation is going to be, because, like, even official Genesis models, not all of them were great with that. So, like, people are, including myself, are kind of wondering, like, is it going to sound as good as the Genesis Model 1? Or, like, is it going to sound as like sketchy as an at games. Oh god, no. I hope it isn't like as sketchy as like an at games Genesis. Like there's just so many peculiarities about Genesis emulation that makes it difficult for it's difficult for people to like make really good emulators for it. I actually have a Model 1 Genesis and a Model 1 Mega Drive, Japanese Mega Drive. The sound that comes from them is really good. I just don't have like the audio cables to really take advantage of like the auxiliary port at the front. Like I have cables to hook it up from there to a TV, but I mean I don't really have a very complicated sound system to begin with. And the cables that I do use, they are kind of old and kind of crappy. So, but like hearing those games in stereo is just awesome. I do not have a Sega CD though, so that is a shame. Although I did at one point own a... So it was this Model 1 Genesis attached to this, I think it was a Model 2 Sega CD that I had gotten from an aunt of mine. It didn't come with any cables, but... And it didn't come with any games either. But, like, for a while, maybe 6 months, maybe an entire year even, I had owned this Genesis with a Sega CD. But my parents gave it away to, like, a thrift store because, like, it was just under my bed, not really doing anything. So, I mean, sometimes I just think about that time I actually had a Sega CD, and sometimes I'm just kind of bummed out because I don't have it anymore. Dolgus. Nope. So we are on the right track here. See if we can add any magic we need. It looks like all these spells I think we've seen before, some in other places. Although I don't know if we have Elf Freeze yet. Antima, that's pretty much the mute spell. Confuse is Confuse. Paralyze Cure, already have it. Garden, don't really need it. Okay. Let's see what they have over here in the guild. Okay, we'll get to him later. Ooh, we got a shaman. And... a dragon. We're gonna need to call one of our male compatriots over to kill the dragon, though. Leon's not doing anything. So, looks like this king is having dragon problems. He may also have, or know the whereabouts to a compass we need. I'm guessing before we get this compass, a dragon's going to have to die. Yes, we do need to get that dragon warrior to slay the dragon. It'll be something of a dragon quest, I believe. Let me go ahead and save it here. It's been about an hour. And I need to get a few other things done before the night's up tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Probably gonna do another Chaos World stream on Saturday. That's my next day off, so look forward to it then. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see ya later. Bye.